a big shout out to Yahoo and Google for interrupting me. Please stop it with the computer. Nobody likes your computer calling. I hope somebody shuts you down. Ridiculous. You know, people don't like it. Why don't you stop? Fucking assholes. Anyhow, this is a solution to global warming. Take a structure floating out in the ocean, 20 miles in diameter. Shoot water inside via fountains at over 100 miles per hour. It's going to heat that water up by over 20 degrees and create a mist, a hot mist that will rise up. And if you continuously do this, it'll start up a little storm system. If you do it enough and you have enough water going up there, it'll start a tropical system. And if you keep doing it, it'll start a hurricane. The way to control the eye of the hurricane is through fountain systems that shooting the water out over 100 miles per hour and creating an area of low pressure that's lower than anywhere around it. That will ensure the eye wall stays above it as long as you're not moving the structure from where the prevailing winds want it to go by over, let's say, 10 to 30 miles per hour. That means this thing's going to have propellers and move along the ocean. Okay. If there is, like, a wind system that force like Sandy to hook off into New York, what that does is that will create a pressure over here. Now with the eye wall going up, it's going to push the eye wall. Okay? Now if you have this structure here, generally speaking, to combat that, I would allow the structure to be, I would move the structure along with the push for a little ways and increase the intensity of the output and the intensity of the eye wall, and then just push back and go to where you want to go. Hurricanes will make their own weather systems. They aren't weak little pieces of crap. I'm just dictating where the start of the eye wall goes. The power of the hurricane still comes from the heat of the ocean, the way evaporation works with it, the sun, and the whole system thing. To dictate where the start of the eye wall goes is one thing. To increase the power of the hurricane, you would put a steel mill on the, if you got a 20-mile diameter structure, you have a steel mill in there and a steel manufacturing plants to further develop not only this structure, but another structure, because we're going to have, I would say, 5 to 10 of these structures for dictating weather around the world. And yes, that will cause problems with rainfall, which is why we're going to need another $500 billion spent in flood control, which should be done my way. Anyhow, yeah, so, you get enough power in here, enough force, you're going to create your own weather system, and this will dictate where the jet stream goes and everything. Of course, you can't move it out faster than, you can't move a 20-mile diameter structure that fast anyhow. But, so basically you're going to want to have this structure where the thunderstorms go to block the sun's rays from hitting the Arctic and the Arctic tundra, Greenland, Plus, there's different ways, different reasons to place them in different areas. You're going to want to place it where the water that comes off of there can be captured and sent down to the ground and into a flood control system. Like I said, $500 billion for a flood control system, definitely. In addition to these structures and other structures that are going to be needed. I don't see any reason why this would not work. I've gone over it with people with PhDs in physics and in engineering, and they all say it needs to be looked into. So, I don't know. People need to look into it. That's great. Seems like there's no other method of ending the problem of global warming that is out there right now that should work. Although I'm thinking there should be something with blue clouds that somebody should come up with something. But as for now, this is really the best way to end the problem of global warming. With the hurricane's eye walls, the water in it comes back into ice form, and when it does that, it releases long-wave radiation that gets thrown out into space. That long-wave radiation is picked up by satellites and has only been shown in the past 2 years. People really don't understand hurricanes that well. They're still called an enigma. That's because they're very difficult to understand, and people are all institutionalized, I think. And until they can think of it, then they won't understand it. But anyhow, that's basically how this works. And inside of it, of course, you have a waterway that pushes up against the outside of the structure, and that outward push is held in with cables, just like a bridge, and therefore, when constant 80-foot waves hit the side of it, that only relieves the pressure of the cables, and basically, it's like nothing. And any other structure would just, anyhow, but that's it. And what you think? Any questions? Have a good one.